What up, my guys? Over to another show, man. Tuesday, NBA Talk with Jay, man. We're trying to take the bookies to Smack City. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Y'all know I'm not here to waste your time, man. Got plenty of info. There's some great games on the card as well, man. So, as always, let's try to get this motherfucking money. You see what I'm saying, man? Shout out to all the members as well. Did send out some spots last night, man, as well. I knew few of these lines was gonna move, but regards to that, let's get straight into it. Y'all know I'm not here to waste your time, man. Hit the like button if you like the show, man. If you shout out to everybody. Let's get straight to it in this one, man. It's the first game up. Let's go over here to the streets of Indiana in this one. Pacers getting 8 points at the house versus the Cavs. Now I know that everybody's asking me, hey, do we want the Cavs here? Now, guys, Halliburton's likely not going to play in this game. I did like the Pacers in that first game. This is one of those. I just want to explain something to you guys, man, because it's something that I've noticed over the past few years. Like, obviously, I've kind of made my name over like these revenge spots, revenge game, Jay. Past couple years, they're not as strong as they used to be. Used to be where, all right, revenge, they coming out smacking them. You see what I'm saying? And they still, Cavs are nothing for me in this spot, but everybody has a team that matches up well with them, in my opinion. And I think that with Siakam, Miles Turner down low, guys like Nembhard, guys like the Pacers, they can match up really well with the Cavs, man, for whatever reason. Most teams are really bad matchups for the Cavs. For whatever reason, man, the Pacers match up really well with the Cavs. I was not at all shocked to see them beat the Cavs outright on Sunday, man. Now, without Halliburton, them smacking them by 17, that was a little bit shocking. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, they were down 13 at the half, and I was just like, damn, man, they about to smoke these boys. Before you know it, Pacers tied the game, and shit, in the fourth quarter, they took off on the Cavs in Cleveland without Hallie. So this is a game that, like, I understand people, like, we know that the Cavs make bettors money. We know that they're a juggernaut. We know that they have revenge as well. But in this one, for whatever reason, man, I'm not betting this. This is a revenge spot that I'm staying off of. You see what I'm saying? So I don't usually bet against the revenge. You see what I'm saying? If that makes sense. I don't ever bet against the revenge spot. With this one, I'm not taking it, man, especially with it flipping towards Indiana. Now they're laying 8 on the road. They're without Halliburton, but the Pacers still have dudes, man. Remember, Pacers are fucking red hot right now. 6-0 straight up. 6-0 against the spread as well. Both 7-1 ATS and straight up as well, man. So the Pacers are finding their way, and I'm really just glad to see them kind of start to bounce back, because last year it was obviously last year they were great. Then earlier this season they were getting smacked up, man. So I'm not gonna make a play on this game. Like I say, I do think that Halliburton's gonna be out, but just I'm telling you, like with Nembhard, Mathurin, Siakam, Turner, like they can match what the Cavs like to do, man. They can match with them down low. They can match with them with the guards as well. They have guys coming off the bench. They can stay with these guys, man. So if the Pacers cover again, I would not be surprised whatsoever. This is not an automatic revenge spot for me in this particular game, just for the simple fact I do think that the Pacers can match up with the Cavs. If you like the Cavs, don't let me talk you off. I didn't bet the Pacers here. Obviously, usually we want to bet the revenge spot, like usually like first half, some type of way, first quarter, first half, full game, in some type of way. This one I'm staying off of, in my opinion, man. And I believe they have the Thunder on deck as well, if I'm not mistaken. I believe the Cavs have another huge game versus the Thunder on deck as well, and they do. So I'm definitely going to stay off this game. Great game to watch. I want to see if the Pacers really can hang with these guys, even without Hallie, man. Let's go over to the streets of Philly in this one, man. We got, first off, never want to hear Embiid talk some about Ben Simmons, man. He's turning into Ben Simmons. He's getting the questionable tag, the ruled out tag. You see what I'm saying? All the time. No respect from Embiid, man. I had, obviously, when he won MVP, I had a lot of money on him to win MVP. He was my guy. I was backing him up. I was like, no, y'all can't talk shit about Embiid, so-and-so, so-and-so. No respect from me whatsoever, man. He's out once again in this game. Again, like, it's crazy because he'll go through practice and you'll think that he's playing. He's out once again. I want no part of the Sixers without Embiid. I mean, Paul George is looking old. I don't know what to do with this team, to be honest with you. And their next like 11, 12 games are hard as hell as well, man. So the fact that Embiid is not playing, It's just crazy. Like this team, they need to make the playoffs. They signed Paul George, have huge aspirations over there. They're kind of just wasting Tyrese Maxey's time away. Maxey is a baller, however, as well, man. So Thunder are laying a big number here, but the way that they play defense, they could just smother the Sixers here. Sixers have owned the Thunder. They've won 8 of the last 10 matchups versus Oklahoma City Thunder, and they're 6-4 against the spread as well. But obviously, this Thunder team, man, is super hard to bet against. 9-1 straight up last 10 games, man. 8-2 against the spread. So this is I'm not messing with this game. It would be Thunder or nothing for me. I don't want to lay 11.5 with them on the road because like this isn't the Wizards. You know what I'm saying? They smoked the Wizards by 41 points, and now they're laying like 3 less points versus the Sixers. They're nowhere near as bad as the Wizards, but like I said, I'd want Embiid in there if I wanted to play the Sixers here. So definitely can't go up against the Thunder right now. They're balling. This team they've got the best defense in the league by pretty much every single metric. They got SGA going crazy over there. So this is a game where it's Thunder or nothing for me in this one, but I'm not laying the 11.5. But Embiid, no respect for me whatsoever. Zero. I'm not backing this guy up anymore. I probably already didn't spend all that money I didn't won from him getting MVP. So nothing good to say from Embiid for me, man. Let's go over to the streets of hot Atlanta in this one, man. Really nice streets of Atlanta, man. You got the Hawks here getting 3.5 points at the house versus the Phoenix Suns in this one. Trae Young was questionable with an illness. He did go through shoot around. This is a spot, man, first off, the Suns are starting to play a lot better, right? Playing Beal off the bench has worked wonders for them. They had the 5th worst bench scoring in the league, and then Bill go to the bench. Now they have the 3rd best bench scoring in the league over that span. You know what I'm saying? It's working. Sometimes you just got to tweak things. They're not playing Nurkic. They're playing Plumlee, playing Iguodala, so however you say his name, man. Suns are low-key starting to feel it. They've won 4 of their last 5 games. Now, the only problem here, this is the only bad thing for the Suns. They had just played third and four, back-to-back, 3rd and 4, 4th and 6th, 5th game in 7 nights. So this is still their 6th game in 9 days. Now, they did have 3 games at the house. Only thing you worry about is fatigue catching up on them here. But you look at the Hawks, man. I gotta start figuring out this SDQL shit because I want my SDQL guys to look this up, man. A team coming off of a road trip that's played 4 more games on the road. Then they come back home for 1 game and head back out on the road. It seems like an absolute phase spot. And guys, it's like, so the Hawks are coming off a 6-game road trip. So and I know one of those games, the game versus the Rockets, they were supposed to have 2 games. The game versus the Rockets had got canceled, obviously, because it was icy and stuff, but 6-game road trip, and then you come back home for 1 game, then you go right back out on the road for another 3-game road trip, man. I hate these spots for these teams when this shit happens, man. Like I said, I don't have the substance of the numbers, but I was supposed to hit my guy Ronald or Ski or Chris up to see what's the SDQL spot, how the teams perform in this situation. They gotta be like at a phase spot at more than 65%. These teams never do well in this particular situation because it's kind of like another road game. Like you don't even get a chance to come home and get comfortable. You see what I'm saying? You leave the bags packed at the door. You got to head right back out. You feel what I'm saying? So, and we know we're not betting the Hawks without Jalen Johnson. What happened? He's been missing games. They're 1-4 straight up, 0-5 against the spread the last 5, man. It speaks substance. He's one of their most important players. We're going to talk about this in the next game as well. A player that doesn't really move the needle like on the betting line, but he means. So he's like a MIP for the team, a most important player. Maybe not the most valuable, but the most important. I like the Suns here, man. I think that the Suns get the job done. Like I say, it's 6 games in 9 days, but I still think that they're better than the Hawks, man. The Hawks have another game tomorrow in Chicago. Coming off a 6-game road trip, I did not like, even though they've had 4 days off. I don't like this spot for the Hawks. They are the much more rested team, man, to be honest with you. So, I kind of like the Suns, but I do think there are better spots out there, to be honest with you. But the Suns are starting to ball in. They're starting to ball. They're going crazy. You see what I'm saying? But on the other end, you do have the Hawks that are more rested. I'm going to stay off this game. I like the Suns a little. Like this line literally opened up at Suns +1. So we're getting the worst of the line if we want to bet them here. But I still think that the Suns they're in better form right now, and they're starting to really get things together. I still think that the Suns are a top-tier team, a potentially top 4 team in the West. They're starting to look like it now, man. So Booker, Beal, KD, they got those 3 men. I heavily lean towards the Suns in this one. Let's go over to the streets of Milwaukee here, man. we got the Bucks land too, man. And I gotta lay the points here. I gotta lay the points with the Bucks. I know that Middleton's out here, even bigger than that. No Malik Monk, man, for the Kings. Kings have been balling, guys. They're won ever since they fired Mike Brown. They got Christie. They lost that first game versus the Lakers. After that, 7 straight wins. He's unlocked this team, man. He got him playing defense. He's playing Keon Ellis more. But one really big thing, success for the Kings, man. Malik Monk has been going stupid. He been going stupid, dummy, crazy, like my guy Jay Briggs say, man. So they're 5-2 against the spread last 7 as well. I don't care. I still feel like they're kind of teetering on a loss, man. They almost lost versus Chicago Bulls. De'Aaron Fox came back in that one. Barely eked that one out, barely won that game, man. I feel like they're teetering on a loss. You have the Bucks here that's got to be a little pissed, man. They just lost by 34 points versus the Knicks. I'm talking about got absolutely smoked. Also, like my guy Jay says, they got taken behind the woodshed, man. They got their ass smacked. No Malik Monk here. This was an injury that I was keeping my eye on. I said if Monk's out, I gotta play the Bucks. I know the Bucks have owned these guys. They've won 9 of the last 10. The only time that the Kings did win the last one last year, 129-94. And I said to myself, because usually I'd like to take the revenge spot, like, okay, the Kings are due to own them. For whatever reason, man, the Bucks just they own them. And I really think that it's Giannis. I think that they don't have enough paint protection to guard Giannis, man. Giannis get whatever the fuck he want to paint. So I'm saying, even though I don't really like Brook Lopez, but I think that Monk is huge here. I think Monk being out is huge for the Kings. That's definitely going to mess things up. I know that Fox is back. Monk is one of the most important players for the Kings, whether he's in the starting lineup, whether he's coming off the bench. I would almost never bet the Kings without Malik Monk, man. That's not the only reason. It's also a bounce back J spot here for the Bucks, coming off of a spot where they got absolutely smoked. I know that they're a little bit pissed off. It'd be nice to have Chris Middleton in this one, but I'm going with the Bucks here, man. I think Dame and Giannis turn back the clock. They get it going here once again. They had just won 3 straight games, and then it was just a bad spot for them versus the Knicks. Knicks were pissed because they had just got smoked by the Thunder. Now it's the Bucks' turn to return the favor to somebody. I think the Kings are just too small to stay with the Bucks in this one, man. So give me Bucks -2 in this one, official on this one, man. I am taking Bucks, the Milwaukee Bucks -2. Might have to go hit the casino, man, see if I can see a deer or something, man. So Bucks -2. If you want, you can lay the money line. It's totally up to you. I'm laying the -2. Well, we get Bucks like Milwaukee, man, because like Sam, I could sell. You feel what I'm saying? Let's go over here to the streets of Chicago in this one, man. Bulls laying a 1.5 at the house versus the Pelicans in this one, guys. Oh Lord, man. Oh shit. Here we go again, man, with the damn Pelicans, man. Man, they owe me some money, man. Some real shit, motherfucker owe me some. I've lost a bunch of money betting on the Pelicans this year, man. And they probably should be on the do not bet list. They probably should, man. I want the Pelicans here today, man. And I'm not even super excited about it. But I do need everybody to play. I'll tell you that. And I think main thing is Zion, man. Zion go crazy versus them. They don't have no paint protection whatsoever. Zion goes stupid versus these Bulls. We just got to make sure he's going to play. They do have another game tomorrow versus the Dallas Mavs. You see what I'm saying? So this is one where might have to wait until the last second. I'm not lying. I already bet the Pelicans. If Zion gets ruled out, bro, I'm going to be pissed. You know what I'm saying? But this is one where I bet a little bit on it, and I'm hoping that if he is in, then I'll put a little bit more on it. But I did take the Pelicans +2. I do think that this is a winnable game for the Pelicans. They're not going to win many more games, but you see them almost beat the Celtics, man. Like Zion really changes this team around. Also, when they get to talking shit about him in the media, remember, man, this is a new day of social media, Twitter. These guys watch ESPN, some of them, they watch that shit. They hear the rumblings, man. Even if they don't watch, they homeboys call them, hey, bro, Stephen A. Smith say you at Wendy's before the game and shit. So I'm saying, hey, Stephen A. Smith say you fat as a mother, you been too much buffets. So hide the buffets from Zion, man. Hide the snacks, bro. You need to go vegan, bro. But I do think this is a winnable game. Now, I'm not lying to you. The Bulls, I usually don't have a really good feel for them. I can say what I've noticed the pattern lately. They'll drop 2 games against the spread, then they'll cover 2 games. Then they'll drop a game against the spread, then they'll cover 2 games. They'll drop a game, cover 2. They just cover back to back. So the pattern would say that they're due for a loss. There is something in the back of my mind that I've been keeping in there that if the Bulls, if they don't have a bottom 10 record, they got to finish one of the 10th worst teams in the league. If not, their pick goes to the Spurs. It's that simple. So Obviously, they're playing a lot better than they're supposed to. Levine, all these guys. Kobe White's still questionable as well. If he doesn't play, like what I feel is that the Bulls might put somebody else here on the injury report. Like this might be one where management comes to Donovan like, all right, we need to sit a guy. We need to lose one of these games, especially to a lesser team as well. We need to finish in the bottom 10 because why would you not make the playoffs and still lose your pick? We know that the Bulls are kind of starting to rebuild, man. They've been trying to trade Levine for a while. So I want the Pelicans here, man. I need Zion in there, though. You see what I'm saying? I need Zion. My guy say he likes Zion over 22.5 points. I'm liking that shit, man. I'm liking not crawfish Zion, but if he plays, if everyone plays for the Pelicans, it's a go, guys. It's a go. My guy says, do not do it. My guy says, do not do it, man. He says, do not do it. I liked it. I love when people tell me that, man. I like it even more now. I like it even more. Give me Pelicans. Plus the one that have one little short story as well, man. Met my guy. I could tell hip super. I met this guy last night. Super heavy NO accent, man. You see what I'm saying? You could tell people from the Warriors. So I just kind of think that was a sign. I get to looking at the card. I'm like, damn, I kind of like the Pelicans. I just met Cuz from the Warriors. Day before that, my homie was telling me that he been living in New Orleans and shit. New Orleans is on my mind right now. I like my Zatarain's Zion, bro. They going crazy. They going crazy in the chat. I like the Pelicans. I need Zion in there. Like, hopefully they might rest some guys tomorrow. This one is a winnable game. And I also think if the Bulls were smart, I don't move this way, but if they were smart, you got to start losing to some of these teams that have a worse record than you, man. That's evening up the playing field for you to have one of the 10 worst records. So I'm saying, remember, they did lose to the Wizards. They got smoked 125-107, man. Some of these teams they did smoke the Wizards the next time, but I mean, it's the Wizards. I feel like this is a spot where the Pelicans can build off of a little bit of that momentum. They're not going anywhere, but I feel like they can build off a little of that momentum versus the Boston Celtics, man. And they already beat the Bulls earlier this year as well. There was no Zion in that game. They did have Ingram, though. They had Ingram. Ingram did go for 33 points. And I think this is the game that Zion could go for 33 points as well in this one, man. So let's see what happens. If you don't like the Pelicans, guys, trust me, I perfectly understand. I want to make this clear. I'm not making y'all bet anything. I'm not even telling you to bet it. I come on here and tell you how I'm looking at the game, tell you what I'm betting. It's totally up to you if you want to bet something. Somebody commented on the show yesterday, y'all killing me, man. No, you killing yourself. Why are you betting? You shouldn't be gambling if it's a gamble. You shouldn't be betting if you can't take a loss, bro. And I really mean that shit. You can't put that on anybody, especially free picks. If you paying somebody for some picks, you can blame their ass all you want, but still. That's why I would never pay nobody for pick because they don't guarantee it more just because you're paying for somebody pick. So I'm sorry, I had to say that real quick. But if you don't like the Pelicans, you're not feeling the game, please don't bet the game. Please don't put no bad energy on this shit. You see what I'm saying? I'm on the motherfucking Pelicans here. I'm flying with the fucking Pelicans here. You see what I'm saying? Zion's out. I'm going to find his ass. I'm telling you that right now. Now let's get over here to the game of the day. Let's go to the streets of Dallas in this one. D-Town, the Mavs. I'll be there on Friday, man. Might have to catch a little game if they still at the crib. I'll be there Friday morning, my guys. If you in Dallas, fucks with me one time. Mavs getting 3.5 at the house. Now, this is a revenge spot that I am going to take here. Now, look at it, bro. They was all over the Nuggets. They was up 32-17 at the end of the first quarter, man. Now, they did get outscored by 12 in the second quarter. Still came right back. Third quarter, outscored them 28-21. Remember, this without Kyrie, without Luka, without everybody, man. They got outscored 33-12 in the fourth quarter, man, and lost a game and didn't even cover the spread. Clay had a good game, 25 points. Spencer Dinwiddie's been playing a lot better. He out there distributing the ball, 16 points, 10 assists. Lively, 14 points. Lively almost had a triple-double, 14 points, 8 assists, 6 rebounds as well. He's got to get more boards than that. He got to bang with Jokic down there and get more boards than that, man. Najee Marshall as well. I'm expecting for Kyrie to come back in this one. It's going to mean the world for the Mavs. If they can get Kyrie back, their guy, you know what I'm saying? He's practicing. I'm expecting Kyrie to possibly come back in this one. So give me Mavs full game. We did take the plus 4.5. I still like 3.5 because I think that, honestly, I think it's worth a little sprinkle on the money. I think the Mavs win this game outright. They talked about it before the last game, how in these two games, they really need to show that they can hang with the Nuggets and show that they're still a top tier team in the West. We're going with Mavs in the first quarter, plus the 1. Mavs full game plus the 3.5, man. Like I say, if I'm taking the 3.5, I think it's worth the sprinkle on the money line. But as you saw yesterday with the Grizzlies, first off, shout out to Desmond Bane, man. Usually shit like that doesn't happen. I'm not even watching the game. I just saw they down foul. Like, why are y'all still fouling? They pass to Bane. He drains the fucking three, bro, to cash the 2.5, the 3.5, whatever. Shout out to Desmond Bane, man. Let's go get a fucking jersey. If you had Grizzlies yesterday, you gotta go get a Desmond Bane jersey after that shit, man. But hopefully the same thing happens here tonight. I didn't bet the money line. If you're giving me points, I'm always gonna take them. But I do think it's worth a sprinkle. This is a revenge spot in the same arena with the home team that I am taking in this. Revenge game J is back in this motherfucker. Give me Mavs first quarter plus the 1, Mavs full game plus the 3.5. Hoping and praying Kyrie come back in this one, but they did show they can get up by 15 even without him. And one last thing, the Nuggets are the second worst team in the NBA in the first quarter on the road. This team is 6-13 against the spread in the first quarter on the road. That's second last in the NBA. I'm expecting that to continue here once again. Give me the Mavs first quarter plus the 1, Mavs full game plus the 3.5. Now, last game, man, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'd rather talk about some fucking shirts, bro. I'd rather talk about some shirts. You see what I'm saying? I stayed in the Cliff plenty, you know what I'm saying? I'm not from Oak Cliff, but I spent at least about 5 years in Oak Cliff. So you could kind of say I was kind of raised in it, but I don't claim Oak Cliff as my hood. But my first apartment was in the Cliff, man. Right there by Willoughby Park. You see what I'm saying? Right there in Woodtown, right there off Wheatland. You dig what I'm saying? The hood. 3-bedroom, me, my homie, and my brother, 3-bedroom, $500. We in the hood with the roaches. Yeah, real cliffside shit, man. But I'd rather talk about where I'm from than talk about this fucking game, man. I'm not laying no point. First off, the Nets are super ass. And then do I want to lay 5 with the Blazers? Come on, bro. Don't bet this game, man. Come on. This line opened up at 7. And honestly, I was looking at it then, like, why the fuck are the Blazers laying 7? But, like, I mean, honestly, betting on either one of these teams, bro, like, I'd rather talk about some fucking shirts, man. What y'all want to talk about? Y'all got any questions, man? I'm not. Come on, bro. Don't bet that fucking game. What are we doing? Neither team wants to win a game. I do think the Blazers are better, but like, come on, bro. What are you doing betting Nets, the Blazers? Like, come on, you need to call the 1-800 gambler number if you bet that game. Shit, I might need to call it. I might need to call the number. Shit, betting on the Pelicans. See what I'm saying? What y'all got in the chat, man? Let me get up out of here. So. This is what I like today. This is what I have money on, to be honest with you. I have money on Bucks. -2. We get Bucks like Milwaukee, man. I'm trying to get Bucks like Milwaukee today. Unpopular one. You probably don't want to bet this shit. I do like Pelicans, man. I do like the Pellies in this one, man. I do. But Mavs, first quarter, plus the 1. Mavs, full game, plus the 3.5. Love it. I'm on it. You see what I'm saying? Bounce back J, revenge game J, all of that shit, man. If Zion fat ass does not play, he ain't really that fat no more. If he doesn't play in this fucking game, I will be making my first ever trip to New Orleans and be buying a ticket to a game and just sitting right behind the bench, and he's going to hear everything that I has to say, and the coach too, because they probably need to fire Willie Green. But I think this is one where I think I want to bet against the Bulls, and I mean, obviously I want to bet on the Pelicans as well. Zion's back. I like it, my guys. I like it, man. So, like I say, no Monk for the Kings. That's huge. It may not seem like much. I'm telling you, their offense is going to take a huge decline without Malik Monk, but he's been going bonkers here. Like, whether he's the 6th man or starting lineup, I like what I've been seeing from him in the starting lineup even more, because Fox and DeRozan don't have to do everything. I think Giannis lives in the paint, bro. Who's going to stop him? And a few quick fouls on Sabonis, and they're done. They're done. So, Bucks -2. Pelicans plus the 1.5. Let's pray that no one else is out. And then I think they would have to put them on the injury report already. You see what I'm saying? And then Mavs, first quarter plus the 1. Mavs, full game plus 3.5. For whatever reason, when I've been seeing these spots and I take the first quarter in the full game, I think we're 3-0 on the last 3, man. So for whatever reason, I've been seeing them well. I think that the Mavs are that first perfect spot there. And the Bucks could be another spot where first quarter full game as well, man. I heavily lean towards the Suns as well. I don't like that they're at a huge rest disadvantage, but I think they're trying to ascend. They're starting to ascend. They're starting to take off. See what I'm saying? So I do heavily lean toward the Suns there, to be perfectly honest with you. Trey looks like he's going to play regardless. But yeah, that's it for me. 4 plays, man. Trying to go 4-0 one time for the one time. Trying to take the bookies to Smack City. Y'all post some questions in the chat if you whatever you got. 4 plays for me. Mavs first quarter plus the 1. Mavs full game plus the 3.5. Bucks -2. Trying to put Bucks in our pocket, and then I am going with personally. I'm going with the Pelicans here. See what I'm saying? You don't have to take the shit. If you don't like it, please stay off of it. In all honesty, like, please stay off of it. I don't need no bad energy. We need all positive vibes. My guy AU says Giannis going for 50 and 20. He said, do I like the Pacers? I wouldn't be surprised if they got it done. I probably watched that game. Unpopular opinion, I think the Pacers are the one team. There's always going to be one team that matches up well with you. I think the Pacers are the one team in the East that match up really well with the Cavs, man, and what they like to do. Siakam versus Mobley, Turner versus Allen down low, Andrew Nembhard versus one of the smaller guards, Garland and Donovan Mitchell. Ben Shepherd's back as well. You got Benedict Mathurin as well, who's a dog. You got TJ McConnell, who's coming off the bench, who can run the team. It's going to give them energy. I'm not betting on the Cavs here. I'm not gonna bet every revenge spot, so I am staying off that one, man. So now actually Woodtown, it depends on what part of the cliff. Cliff is actually pretty big, man. But the part that I'm from, they don't wear red. Let's just put it like that, man. But that's a whole different what's called it. My guy say Hallie out, revenge for Cavs. It could be that easy. It could be. Levine need to come to Detroit. Yeah, I hope they sit Levine, man. I'm thinking Pacers keep it close. I couldn't talk you off. Cavs on second half, maybe Cavs first quarter. Anything else, man, before I get out of here? My guy say Giannis 35 plus 135. AOD says fly. Pelican fly. Yeah, and if you like the Cavs, why didn't you bet that shit earlier? The line opened up at 5.5, man. What are y'all playing with? What are y'all doing? If you have accounts and you're in the legal betting state and you see a spot that you liked the night before, why aren't you betting the night before? Line Cavs was at 5.5, no lie. Suns was like at +1. You could have got Mavs plus 5.5. I mean, if you do like the Nets and you're betting that game, you could have got 7 in that one. You see what I'm saying? So just pay attention to some of these lines, man. Pay attention to some of these lines. But shout out to everybody in the chat, man. It's all love. Y'all know we're trying to get this cash, man. One time for the one time. I'll be back tomorrow. After I already make my plays for today, I'm already looking towards the next card for tomorrow. The lines usually come out around 7 p.m. Eastern. So just keep that in mind. If you were really serious about it, then you want to look at those lines early. You see what I'm saying? So let's get this cash today, man. I like these spots. Might just be a 4-0 one time for the one time type of spot, man. Let's get this cash, baby. We out. Y'all hit the like button. Let's get 700 likes on the show. Let's take the bookies to Smack City. I'll be back tomorrow, baby. Let's go.